What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about Tattooed Chef. We're going to be breaking down Tattooed Chef stock, going over whether or not it's time to buy in 2021. And I also want to break down some technicals, going over where this stock could be going in the short term. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to join the Discord chat, the Facebook group, get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull and $30 from M1 Finance. All of those are free and linked right down below in the description box. So let's get into it, guys. First and foremost, what the heck is Tattooed Chef? And I'll be honest, when I first heard this company, I was like, Tattooed Chef, what the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. I have to look deeper into it. And if that's who you are, you don't know what Tattooed Chef is, you clicked on the right video. It's actually a plant-based food company that produces and sells a portfolio of frozen foods. It supplies plant-based products to retailers in the United States. The company primarily offers products such as ready-to-cook bowls, zucchini spirals, rice, cauliflower, acai, and smoothie bowls, and cauliflower crust pizza. And this company has operations in the United States, and they also have operations in Italy. And this is another one of those SPACs, guys, the special purpose acquisition companies. Tattooed Chef went public via a SPAC. And this is actually interesting, guys. This merger went through back in the middle of October, on October 16th to be exact. And Tattooed Chef was originally known as Itella International. And this was a plant-based food company. They've since obviously, changed their name to Tattooed Chef. And they had a broad portfolio of innovative products, right? And we'll talk more about that later in this video. And they were able to merge with Forum Merger 2 Corporation, which is a SPAC. And again, that is what went through back in the middle of October, on October 16th in 2020. And as of today, on the 14th of January in 2021, this company is still pretty small comparing it to Beyond Meat, which is another big, I guess you can say, the poster boy for this space. This company is smaller. This company is only a $1.93 billion market cap. And Beyond Meat, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Let me look on my phone really quickly. Beyond Meat is an $8.8 billion market cap. So Tattooed Chef is more than 4 times smaller than Beyond Meat, if that gives you guys any perspective. And now let's talk a little bit more about the company. Some notes here from the CEO. I listened to the previous conference call before making this video. I want to talk about the growing business, e-commerce, a bunch of stuff here, guys. Let's get into it. So, number one, and this is some notes from the CEO, they're growing nicely right now. Q3 revenue growth was 65% year over year, and they actually had Q3 revenue of $45 million. So that's great. 65% year over year growth right there. And what I think is even more impressive, Tattooed Chef branded products, and you guys can see I'm posting some pictures here over the video. They have different products like we mentioned before, acai bowls, pizzas, and all that good stuff. These different branded products accounted for 55% of the total Q3 revenue, or $22.6 million, and this is the kicker, guys, versus $5.8 million last year. So last year they did almost $6 million in Tattooed Chef branded products revenue for Q3. This year they did almost 4x that, which is absolutely great. That means the brand is growing, people like the products, and it's growing like a weed, right? And year-to-date revenue came in at 109, or roughly 108.9 million for revenue, and that's an increase of 87% year over year. And they're seeing an incredible strength in their balance sheet right now through that merger with the SPAC. They actually have $111 million in cash from that SPAC, which is obviously a lot of money that they can put in research and development, growing the brand, expanding across the nation, which obviously I'm all for that. So those were some notes from that conference call, and I advise you guys, when you're looking at a company, go listen to the conference calls, go listen to the CEO. All that stuff is very, very helpful. Read the official documents, 10Q, all that good stuff, 10K. You guys have to do that if you're looking to invest for the long term. If you're trading in and out of stocks, which I obviously do, that's different. But if you're looking for a long-term investment, which I'm seriously considering with Tattooed Chef, you guys have to jump into the nitty-gritty and get your feet wet, right? And when it comes to their products, they're actually seeing a lot of growth with how many products they actually offer. Back in 2017, you can see the minimal amount of products they offered, and every single year after that, after 2017, they've added more and more and more. In 2020, Tattooed Chef had 38 SKUs, meaning they had 38 products out there. And in 2021, which we just started, they plan on having 62 SKUs, which is incredible. They're almost doubling their SKU amount from year over year, from 2020 to 2021. I am all for that. Maybe not doubling it. 38 is not really a double to 62, but you guys get the point. They're growing nicely, the amount of products they're offering. And on top of that, they just launched their e-commerce site back on the 26th, and we all know, especially in today's day and age where a lot of people are staying home, they prefer buying online. This is massive. This needs to be a key for this company to drive growth. And honestly, guys, I got to go onto this website and order some food to try it out, because I haven't tried it out yet, before I potentially add money into this. So that's great. Getting into e-commerce, that is fantastic, on top of all their locations that they have in store. And let's talk about that, because they have a lot of locations in store, and the SPAC here, the merger, helped them. You guys can see pre-SPAC, they had Costco, they were in Costco, Walmart, and Sam's Club. Now post-SPAC, they're in many more locations, as you guys can see based on the screenshot right here that you are seeing on the screen. Needless to say, Tattooed Chef is growing, and they're getting their foot in the door of many different businesses. And in 2021, there's even more growth coming. Take a look at this screenshot on the screen right here. And guys, mind you, all of these screenshots, I didn't put them together. These are straight from their investor presentation. So go on to Investor Relations, Tattooed Chef, and look through it. Again, I highly advise you doing that, especially if you're interested in buying the stock, which I'm not telling you to buy the stock. I'm just saying if you're going to buy any stock, you have to dive deeper into it. And mind you guys, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just Stas, this dude on YouTube that loves making videos. And here we are, guys. And in the last 60 days, they've introduced these following retailers. You guys can see the screenshot here, a lot of new retailers. And they currently have over 4,000 stores under their belt, 4,272 to be exact, with 23,000 points of distribution, which is unbelievable. A lot of people are like, Tattooed Chef, I've never even heard of this brand. And like I said, I was one of those guys a couple months ago. And the truth is, they're in a lot of stores, and they plan on expanding even more in 2021. In fact, their goal for 2021 is to get to 10,000 stores with 65,000 points of distribution. So there's a lot of growth here, guys. And one thing that's worth noting, it's very difficult putting a price target on a stock that's growing like this. Haven't you guys heard that before, right? It's way easier to value, let's say, a Johnson & Johnson, because they have a long track record of revenue, EPS. We kind of know how much they're projected to grow based on previous years. Have you guys heard of, discounted cash flow? You pretty much project into the future how much this is going to grow based on, the previous revenue. That's much easier to do with companies like Johnson & Johnson, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, these very stable, slow-growing companies. But when it comes to something like Tattooed Chef, something like, think of, Tesla, companies like this that are growing very quickly, it is hard to put that figure and, be like, okay, in 10 years from now, this is going to be this price based on the growth, if that makes any sense. It's very difficult to do that. But overall, if they continue executing, there's no doubt about it that this stock price is going to follow, and it could be a $50 price stock. And another way that you could do this is, okay, look at Beyond Meat. They have about a $9 billion market cap, like we mentioned earlier. So if Tattooed Chef, gets to a $5 billion market cap, which is very possible, you have to be like, okay, it's a $1.9 billion market cap now, it gets to $5 billion. The stock might 2.5x or something like that, and we could be at $50, $60, $70, which honestly, again, it's hard to value these things, but that could be a possibility. Just showing you guys kind of how to think about these different things here. And another thing I like about Tattooed Chef is they have vertical integration, meaning they actually have the process set up to innovate, to design, to plant, to grow, and to manufacture their products, which you guys have seen this across different tech companies. Apple is trying to do this. Microsoft is trying to do this, removing different chips. They want to make all the chips in-house. You see Tesla trying to do this. I mean, they already are doing that. So that is a very good way to go, being vertically integrated. So that makes me happy as a potential investor in Tattooed Chef. And let's quickly take a look at the financials, guys. We did cover a little bit of this earlier in the video, but you can see here clearly they're growing, like I've been mentioning this whole video. Year-to-date 2020, they've made $108.9 mil in revenue, gross profit of $16.8 mil, which is 15.4% gross margin, and in year-to-date 19, they had 58 mil revenue, they had 9.9 million in gross profit, and that margin in 2019 was 17%. So their margin did shrink a little bit year over year, but that's okay. And on this slide here, you can see the revenue growth quarter over quarter and year over year based on the different Tattooed Chef brands, right? The branded sales and the revenue in general. I mean, take a look here at the revenue in general, guys. In Q1, it went from 33 million to 34 million in Q2 to 41 million in Q3 to 39 million in Q4. That was in 2020. And in 2019, you could also see the uptick in growth as the year went from Q1 to Q4. And when it comes to Tattooed Chef branded sales, I mean, take a look at that, guys. In 2019 Q1, they did 1.7 million, and then in Q4 at the end of the year, they did 9.5 million, which is crazy. And in 2020 for the branded sales, they did 17.6 million in the beginning of the year. Then they ended off at about 20 million. So those are some of the key numbers here when it comes to Tattooed Chef's financials. And before we end off the video, it's not over quite yet. Don't click off quite yet. I want to break down some technicals that I'm seeing here on Tattooed Chef. So if we pull up this 3-year chart, you guys can see not any action here. This is before they merged. We got a little spike here back in May of 2020 when we got some confirmation of the merger coming. You guys can see here in October when it went through, the stock was going bananas. It sold off and ended up holding this 15 level at a higher low on this 50 SMA on this 3-year chart, which was a good sign. And if we go in a bit deeper on the 180 4-hour chart, which pretty much shows the last 6 months, what we're seeing is we're at a big resistance at $27, $28. We struggled there back in September, back in October, and it actually sold off aggressively into November, December. It got to about $14, but again, that is where we held the uptrend on that 3-year chart. And since that point, we've rallied aggressively. We actually took out $18.50. We got over $20, $21. And now, literally right now when I'm filming this video, we're about to break out. Maybe we're about to test to see if we are going to break out of this $27, $28 level. And I think at that point, coupled with strong earnings, which I don't know where earnings or when earnings are going to be. They probably should be here in the next couple of weeks. We might see a break out of this level, $28, and we might start seeing a rise into a new level, into $35, maybe $40. That is where I think we could be going here if we break out. And again, this is a big sticking point, guys, so there could be a lot of momentum, pent-up momentum, waiting for this thing to get over 28, 30 bucks to push it even higher, right? So that's kind of a quick rundown here on Tattooed Chef and some technicals, some thoughts on the company, and overall, what they've been doing in these past couple of quarters, past couple of years. So if you guys found value, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments any other stocks you would like me to do an individual analysis on. I like doing these, honestly. These are fun because honestly, it forces me to look deeper into individual companies, and I enjoy doing that. It's what I do on a daily basis. So if you guys want to comment another stock that I could do an individual analysis on, again, leave me that in the comment section. Make sure to also get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull. Those are valued up to $1,600. All you have to do is deposit $100, and you get those 4 stocks. And you could also get $30 from M1 Finance. Both of those are linked right down below in the description box. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. And by the way, if you want to check another individual stock overview type of video, check out the Virgin Galactic one. It's right up here. Click on it, or I'll link it down below in the description box if you guys want to check that out. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.